up, y'all? It is the Project Photography, back in another video, and today we're gonna be doing another POV photography shoot, but this time with my Nikon Z50 plus the 14-30. This is a combo that I really talked about and hyped up a lot in my last video. I really like this combo a lot, and today I'm doing a POV shoot with it because I want to show you guys what the combo looks like, what the images it looks like, and all that good stuff. So today we're in the old Pasadena area here in Southern California. It's a very, very nice area, and I really like it a lot. So I figured, why not just come down here and do a little bit of photography? Yeah, let's get right to it. I'm gonna put you guys on my GoPro for a first-person point of view, as always. And yeah, let's jump right into this thing. What's up, y'all? We're now behind the scenes, behind the camera, and today we're gonna be doing some more POV photography. So I hope, before I jump into this, I hope everyone had a good holidays, because I know I'm posting it the Sunday after Christmas for people who celebrate that. So I hope everyone had a great time. Anyways, let's get on with actually shooting some photography. So one thing that I kind of want to point out when shooting with this combo specifically, which is the 14-30 and the Z50, is that I get a pretty wide focal length on the wide end. I get a 21mm focal length equivalent, and that's pretty nice because I'm able to capture a lot of scenery that I want, a lot of wide angle stuff. And I think I feel like I can tell the difference specifically because I feel like I'm getting a little bit less compression than a 24mm. But overall for street, it's actually pretty fun to use. I didn't actually mind having an f4 lens on a APS-C body because I feel like if I wanted some nice separation of the background, I could get it. It just depended on what scenarios and what I was shooting. So right here, I want to get a little bit low, getting a different angle. I kind of want to capture the silhouette in this, and that's kind of the whole point. But I don't think it came out the way I wanted it to. I really wanted to get like kind of that nice flare with the sun, but I wasn't able to capture that the way I wanted to. So just to move on to some sort of different composition, and here I'm shooting a different sort of way, but this way I'm just kind of isolating that certain leaf in kind of the foreground and making sure that I'm kind of showing off the flare in the background. That's kind of the whole point, what I was trying to get at. This was actually a photo I decided to edit, so that's what that looks like. One thing that I kind of want to note is that the edits that I'm making here is pretty bold. Like I kind of wanted to experiment with editing and not necessarily kind of doing what I normally do. So I was working with the color grading and all those other aspects. So the color grading is going to be definitely a little bit different. It's going to look different. So I just want to point that out as well. It's going to be a little bit different from what I normally do. So this is kind of like a little like tree area that I thought was cool, but when I put it to my face and try to look at it through my lens, I actually did not care how it looked. Right here, I'm just putting on a capture clip, or the plate for my peak design capture clip, so when I'm not using my camera, I can just go ahead and throw it on there. So right here, I'm trying to get kind of that nice leading line with the street and kind of try to isolate that subject in the background, which is the mountains. That's what my goal is here. With a 70mm on the long end, it's usually easier, but not able to do that because I don't have a lens like that. So this is also another edited one I like. It's very much more subtle when it comes to color and all that sort of thing, but I actually like how it looks here. It's just definitely much more subtle when it comes to colors, but I think overall it's a good image. So we can keep on moving on here. So we're gonna get and keep on walking into more of the Old Town Pasadena area. It's actually a pretty nice area for the most part. The one thing that I feel like that I'm doing when it comes to this kind of thing is that I feel like I'm shooting a bit redundant in terms of the place I'm going. They're all very similar here in SoCal, so that's kind of one thing that I wish I had a little more variation on, is the locations I'm at. But you know, you just gotta experiment, walk around, and see what's up. So I'm putting the camera on my peak design capture clip, as you can see. The only reason why I think I would do this with this setup versus like a 24-70 is because the setup is much lighter. If I had something like a 24-70, it's much heavier, so it would definitely put a lot of pressure on my shoulders, and I don't want that. So with the 14-30, that's also another great thing, is that it's much lighter, much more compact, so it's much easier to move around and do different things with it. Like putting it on my capture clip, it's much more comfortable, which I really like. So we're gonna keep on moving on here. When I'm looking up, I see that kind of structure in the background, which is the Pasadena City Hall, and I really like it, so I'm gonna head right over there and see what's up. But first, gotta take a photo of this cathedral looking thing. It's pretty cool, but nothing too crazy. Also, the ones that I edit are the ones that I really like, the ones that are keepers in my opinion. So if I edit it, that means I really like it. So I'm shooting another sort of cathedral building. I don't really care for it because I feel like it's kind of cluttered with like the trees and the lampposts and all that. So I get a bit closer and shoot a much more close-up image, but in the or vertical direction. So keep on moving on here to other things. So right now I'm heading towards the Pasadena City Hall because I really like it. I think it looks really sick, and we're just gonna take some images of it. This is with the wide angle side. It's 20mm essentially. We're gonna go vertical. I want to do the same thing as I did before with the leading lines. So this is what I get, and this is actually a photo that I really like edited. So right here I'm going a little bit more not as exaggerating when it comes to the editing, a little bit more subtle. I really like it. I like the wide angle version a little bit more than the zoomed in 50mm version. This is the 50mm version, but I like the wide angle a bit more, so that's why I edited that one. So we're gonna keep on moving on here, walking up into the City Hall. So I really like this because, you know, you get the whole perspective on what the City Hall looks like, and it's just, I don't know, I just really like this angle. So what I'm planning to do is come back later and actually shoot this, but I really like that composition, so I'm gonna use it for later. So we're gonna keep on moving on here into the City Hall just to see what's up, you know, what's different. And right here I take a more vertical portrait or photo of the City Hall from an angle pretty much, but I don't like it because I want to move back a bit, see how much more in the frame I can capture. So that's what that one is. So we're gonna go ahead and move inside a City Hall. I see this guy here, and this is definitely more of a street photo that I'm taking, where it's more people oriented, and I kind of want to have him as a silhouette and have everything else in the background kind of just be there. But this is definitely more close to a street photo than anything else I've taken. So we're gonna move out here, and when I came here I was pretty blown away by how nice this City Hall actually was. It was really pretty. So I see this kind of flower with the structure in the background, and I kind of want to use the flowers as a foreground element and focus on the flowers, and then have this structure in the background a little bit more blown out, but you can still tell what it is, which I really like. So in this photo I think is a keeper, and I'm going to be editing this one. The reason why I actually like this photo is because it exaggerates the foreground a lot more, and I think it has a good balance between the foreground and what is in the background, like the structure. I actually really like this edit. I know it looks a bit over edited, but if you look at just this photo by itself, I think it looks pretty good. But you know, it's all up to personal preference, personal opinion. But overall, this composition I really like because of the more exaggerated foreground elements, and I don't know, I just really like this photo a lot. So from here, I'm just gonna be walking around more and seeing what other compositions I can get with this sort of City Hall. It's really nice. There's a lot of photographers there just shooting photos and whatnot. There's even a person doing a I believe a portrait session. Got a flash and everything there. So a lot of people really like this area, especially for photography, and I can totally see why, because I'm really enjoying it. So we're gonna take another photo here, and with this one I'm kind of just showing off, you know, what is the City Hall kind of structure is about. And this one I really like, so I go ahead and edit it. This one's definitely a little bit more subtle than my previous edits. I really like it though. I think it enhances the features I like. It's more sharp and more clarity. I don't know, it's a good photo. Really like it. So we're gonna keep on walking over here, just looking around, seeing what's up. From here I kind of go out the back way of City Hall, as you can see, because I see the back of it and I really like it. I might get a photo of it after, but for now, look at this another sort of, I'm not sure what kind of building this is, but it looks cool. Don't really care for it, but so that's why I don't edit it. So from here I see kind of the composition that I want. So you can kind of see how it has like City Hall on the top, and the kind of structure in the background is kind of like coming out of the actual little bridge area here, the entrance into City Hall. So I go ahead and put on a long exposure for two reasons. Mainly because there's people here and I kind of want to get rid of them, and also because the clouds are kind of moving, so I want to make sure I get that motion in the actual photo. So this is the first photo I take, and this is the second photo I take right about now. So this one is actually a 1-minute exposure versus the previous one was a 30-second exposure, and you can definitely see the difference in the clouds. You know, the clouds are definitely a bit more exaggerated when it comes to the movement. And remember what I said about how there's people in the frame? I don't really want people there, so I use a long exposure to get rid of them. And this is the one that I actually decide to edit, and I actually overall like this edit. I think that it exaggerates the right parts of the photo. Like you kind of see the clouds being exaggerated. and showing off a bit more. And I like how there's a bit more clarity to the image, a bit more sharpening. I think it really makes things like stand out in the actual photo. So again, not everyone's taste when it comes to editing style, but I personally like it. So yeah, let's jump right back into the video. Alright y'all, so it is currently about 4:30 and the sun sets at around 4:48, 4:50 or so. So that gives me about 20 minutes or so to actually finish my shooting and whatnot. And I stumbled upon City Hall and now realized that it's around this area. That's pretty cool, and it's a really, really beautiful City Hall, by the way. Really digging it. So what I want to do is actually go to the front of the building and wait about 20 minutes or so and shoot the front of it during the twilight hour because I think it's gonna be really nice, really pretty. And that's essentially going to be it for the rest of the video. I don't really want to walk around too much because I don't want to miss taking that shot. And so yeah, let's just give it a little bit and let's go take the shot. Alright, so like I said before, I'm going to move out of City Hall and take that shot that I wanted to. I'll wait a little bit for twilight. I should go ahead and shoot the shot. But in the meantime, I'm just going to be shooting some other stuff to pass by the time until I actually get that shot that I want. So, take another photo of the front of City Hall. Looks like that. Nothing too crazy. I like how it has a Christmas tree kind of in the foreground. I think that's pretty cool. But you know, it'd be like that sometimes. So what I'm going to do is actually walk over to the other side of where City Hall was, to this little building over here. I think it looks like some sort of religious sort of building. So I'm going to take another photo of it. It's actually not a bad photo from what you guys will see in a little bit. It's not a bad photo. But I just don't feel like it's anything special enough to actually warrant an edit or take my time to do that. So don't really feel like editing it, and I don't think it's that amazing of a photo either. Nothing too crazy about it. So if you want to see what this photo looks like with a car in it, that's what it looks like. Trying to get a little bit of that motion blur, but don't think it works out. So what I'm gonna do is go on the other side of this sort of structure and see what that looks like. You know, in photography, you just gotta try a bunch of different things and see what works. Some will stick, some won't, but hey, you just gotta try it out, and at the end of the day, you know, just gotta see what happens. So at this point, it's getting a little bit dark. It's around 4:30 or so. So what I'm gonna do is head back and shoot that image that I wanted. So just to give a little bit of context though, like this isn't the actual final image that I edit, because when I was actually shooting this, my GoPro died, so I wasn't able to get exactly what I wanted on film. But I'll show you the actual final result in the end. So right here, I'm adjusting the camera. And I'm going to go ahead and take the photo. That's what that looks like. That's a general idea. And if you compare this to the previous photo, you know, you can definitely tell a difference in the lighting. So this one's much more softer, a little bit softer when it comes to the lighting, which makes it much easier to edit. Overall, in the lights going down, you can see the building has its own lights coming up. So I think that's really interesting point in the actual image. So we're gonna keep on going here, and I'm gonna show you the next photo that I go ahead and shoot, make small adjustments just so I can get it kind of in the center. So you can see here that the lines are definitely straighter and it's more centered. That's what I was going for. And remember I said my GoPro died, so I wasn't able to get the actual image that I wanted. Well, this was the final image that I actually came out with. I really like this photo a lot, actually. This is definitely a little bit later. I want to say maybe 10 minutes later. Let the sun go down a bit more. I want that blue hour to come out. And you could see that there's definitely more lighting in the actual City Hall. The light is softer. Overall, I really like this image a lot. What I think I would rather do next time is actually come during sunrise, because if I catch the sun coming up behind City Hall right here, because the sun was actually setting in the opposite direction as I'm facing right now. So if I were to come during sunrise, I would definitely get a much different effect and different lighting, and I think it would be pretty cool. But you know, I gotta make do with what I have, and this isn't necessarily what exactly I want, but it's pretty good. I really like this photo. So anyways guys, that is pretty much the photos that I came out with today. Let me know what you guys think of the different photos that I got. I actually really enjoyed this shoot a lot. It was definitely a different experience. I really liked being able to shoot City Hall. Did not even know that existed, but I thought it was really fun. Different things to shoot. And I got some pretty good photos. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. What was your favorite one out of all these? And yeah, let's get right back into the video. Alright y'all, so I just finished taking the photo that I wanted of City Hall. The light I don't think is going to change all that much from here on out. It's about 5 o'clock, so that means we're about to hit blue hour. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Well, let me know what you guys think of the photos. Let me know what you think of all of that. I definitely did not expect to be shooting around City Hall as much. I didn't even know this was here until I actually walked in here. But yeah, I really liked it. I thought the photos came out pretty good. So yeah, just let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think of the Nikon Z50 and the 14-30 combo. All the good stuff. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one.